Hey, what's up, everybody? Anton here, and a couple weeks ago on our YouTube channel, I posted a Shopify store review video. I basically said, like, if this does well, if people like it, I will go ahead and I'll continue to do them, or at least do one more. And I have it pulled up here. As you can see, it's called Shopify Store Review. Does this dropshipping store have a chance? And it did do well. It has like 2,300 views, 140 likes, so that's awesome. I'm happy you guys got value from it, which you definitely did based on the comments. So what I decided I'm going to do is every other Tuesday, so every second Tuesday, I'm going to do another store review, and I'm going to basically pick the stores based on comments left below the videos. So as you could see, this one from a couple weeks ago got, what is it, about 80 comments, and yeah, there's a bunch of recommendations here. So the thing that I noticed as I opened up a bunch of these URLs trying to decide which one to pick, honestly, is that a lot of them are very beginner level. It's very clear that most of them probably don't have any traffic going to them yet. Maybe they were set up in a short amount of time and they need a lot of work. So the ones that really need like a total overhaul, a total revamp, ones that I don't really think have a chance as is, I'm not gonna pick just because I don't think that would benefit people. So what I'll do though is go through one that I don't think looks great right now, one that I think has a lot of opportunity and improvement, and I'll show you what I would do if I own that store, how I think the owner should make modifications. And then if you're one of the people that left your store URL last week, that maybe is just brand new, just think of how this could apply to your own store or a future store, and hopefully you get the value out of that as well. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull this up here. This one was left. It was like one of the top rated comments by Sergio Vergara. So Sergio, thank you for leaving your store. And it's returntoskull.com. He said, please be as brutally honest as possible. I like that. So the first thing that I'll say is, the domain name, I don't really know what it means, but that doesn't matter. Like, people don't really care what your URL is as long as they can remember it. Here's the site. I have it pulled up right here. And the first thing that I would say that I noticed when I clicked your link in the comments here is that by default, it was showing me prices in Canadian dollars. And I'm in the US right now. I'm not using a VPN or anything. So I don't know where you're getting traffic from, but if most of your traffic is from the States, which I'm assuming it is, you should just have US dollar set by default. So I realized, myself, that I can go up there and change it, but by default, it was showing Canadian dollars, so that, for a lot of people, they're like, I don't know what this means, and they're going to leave. So go ahead and do that. Again, if most of your traffic is coming from the States, or if you wanted to. Next thing that I'll say is the headline here. It's time to return to Skull. Again, I don't know what that means, so I would either change that or remove it. Some things that I will say about your site, one thing, like one of the reasons I was kind of hesitant to pick this is because I know a lot of people right now online, right, are trying to catch like trendy products. So they're selling skull related stuff. Like, I wish I could do a search of how many Shopify stores had skull in the URL. It's probably a ton of them. That's kind of a topic for like another conversation that I'll actually talk about in this Thursday's episode of Dropship Weekly. It's going to be about e-commerce trends and how you can either benefit or lose from them. So keep an eye out for Thursday's video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and you'll see that. But I'm just going to give you like the benefit of the doubt now. And I'm going to say that, yes, there are a lot of people out there that do like, all these different items that have skulls on them. And even though this isn't a niche specific store, the way that we typically build them in high-end niches, it is revolved around a theme. And if someone likes, a skull ice mold, they'll probably also like a skull bracelet, right? So I'll give you that benefit of the doubt and say that this is niche specific enough. With that being said, the homepage has a lot of different stuff going on. You have your blog posts, you have these bestsellers, you have these recently views, but I haven't, viewed anything yet, and recommendations. And it's pretty random, right? For someone that just landed on your site. So what I like to do when I'm building a new store is try to find someone that's selling in somewhat of a related niche. You don't want to find another skull store, but you want to find another store that sells products in the same price range, same type of things, like in this case, jewelry and whatnot, and see how they're setting up their pages. So let me pull up one that I'm going to use as an example. Last week, I gave you one of our stores so you could see what that looks like. But this week, I want to show you a store in a more low ticket niche that does really well. Last time they reported it, I think they said they did like 8 million a year in sales. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was 8 million a year, and I can't spell anything. So let me Google it. Ashley Bridget. Yeah, ashleybridget.com. So this site is run by a couple guys actually, but they sell women's jewelry. Okay, so as you can see here, different bracelets, all different themes and whatnot. So because they're in, again, a similar niche, I see you have lots of jewelry and lower end products. What I would want to see you do, and what I would do if I owned your site, is model this exactly. Not the color scheme and anything, but the layout. Because again, what they're doing works very, very well. It's a multi 7-figure site. They've done over 8 figures total since they launched. So model what they do. So starting at the top, right, they're having a spring sale where you can get free shipping plus 15% off. So I would put this bar on this site too. And I would say, spring sale, I wouldn't put a flower there. I'd put a skull emoji, but then I would say get free shipping plus 15% off with code skull, whatever you want to do, right? With code crossbones. Give them something to make them take action sooner than later. Something else that I'm not just getting this idea from Ashley Bridget, but that I see on a lot of sites, like you have this big logo, right? And it's not too massive, but it's taking up a lot of space. And honestly, people don't care what your logo looks like. So that's not what they're looking for. So I would also make that smaller and use it on the left hand of the navigation. And it's funny, I just noticed that your logo looks very similar to theirs with the wings on the side. So that's a really random, weird coincidence. But yeah, I would copy again what they're doing. So make it smaller, put it in the left hand of the navigation. I would also shorten your header menu. So, for your crib, you shouldn't lead with that as your main category. The way that all successful e-commerce stores list their catalog pages or their category pages are from left to right, best selling category to worst, right? That's typically what you'll see. So to have for your crib, the only reason that should be the first thing people look at is if that's by far your best seller. And I'm assuming it's not, but who knows, it may be, right? Or if you want it to be your best seller. So let's look at how Ashley Bridget does it. They lead with shop, and then shop is a drop down to their different categories. So you can go to shop all, bracelets, earring, necklaces, rings, blankets. So I would say same thing. You should have a shop button with a drop down menu, and it could say maybe for him, for her, shoes, maybe phone accessories, jewelry, whatever your main categories are. I would make them more more direct, because this one, for your creativity, I don't know what that means. So make it more direct so people know exactly where they're going. Next, they have collections. This is something I would definitely recommend you do as well. Again, I know a lot of people are selling these same types of products, these skull themes. So try to make your own collections. So maybe, again, I don't know the terminology in this niche, but maybe it's Gothic, or maybe it's I saw you have a blog post on it, but maybe it's the Mexican style, whatever they call that, right? Day of the Dead. Create these as different collections and then take similar looking products and put them in there. Because then if someone's into this type of skull, right, the Day of the Dead style, the colorful ones, if they go to that collection on your site, maybe you have, a piece of art, maybe you have a bracelet, maybe you have a t-shirt, but things that match that. So create these yourself, literally make your own collections, put them there. Another thing that it's important that, every e-commerce store owner does, but it's that you have a really good About Us page. And did I see one on your site? You have this small Who We Are section here, but you definitely want to have, we call them usually our brand story pages. You could see here, this is their brand page. It's their About Us page. So again, make one of these for your own site. They don't have to be insanely long or anything, but tell your story. Why are you selling these products? Who are you? Definitely helps with people to connect to your site when they're there. Another thing that I would do, they have Shop Our Insta, so you could see their Instagram feed. They get a lot of traffic from Instagram, but they also get a ton of traffic from Facebook. So I would go above and beyond just looking at their site and trying to model, their navigation. Go to their social media pages too to see what they're posting. So let me come in here. Where is it? I saw they definitely have links to their social. Yeah, here you go. Go to their Facebook page, right? And see what they're doing. They have their store connected here. So they have their products imported, and then look at their different posts and just model these, right? Have your product catalog, obviously on Facebook, so people can come right back to your store, and just model what they're doing, because it gets a lot of engagement. Again, it's a very successful store. So why not do what they are doing? A couple other things I'll say is look how simple their homepage is, right? They have their newest collection, which you could feature on your site, whatever your main collection is, your new collection. And then they have their trending products. So you could do that as well. Some things also that, we'll just keep going a little bit. All of your prices are extremely low. And this is might be a conversation for another day, but I don't know how you could sell these ice molds for, $7 and make money. I would mark things up, and I would also have it, where you have these sale prices. So let's just say this is something that you could realistically sell for, I don't know, at least $10 or $15. Make the price, 30, have it crossed out like you see here, where this one's normally 410, but today it's 149. Have the lower price. Obviously, some other basics like having reviews is very important. So make sure you're getting reviews on these product pages, even if you're the ones leaving them at first. There's a whole bunch of changes. So again, I'm not going to go into everything. This would be here for an hour. But just look through this site because they do a really good job. It's super clean, it's easy to use, and it's not the most aesthetically pleasing thing you'll ever see. So don't think you have to be some amazing web designer to kind of implement what they're doing. But these changes will make a big difference in terms of how your site converts once people actually get to it. So let me come back to your homepage and see where we can close this. So let me go to your footer menu. I think that was one thing I noticed too. Yeah, okay. So down here, again, this is kind of big and it doesn't really have all the links that people would want. The way a lot of people will navigate your site is they're going to land on a product page, and let's just pretend maybe I saw a Facebook ad for one of these products and I land on this page. The first thing they're going to see is your navigation menu, which again, they're going to read left to right. So you're going to make those changes there. The logo you're going to make smaller there. Then they're going to scroll down really quick and they're going to be in your footer section. So in here, again, model what they're doing. Have all of these links under customer care. Have your about section so people can learn more about you, and definitely have an opt-in for your mailing list, because a big part of these kind of niche themed stores is email marketing, following up with people, running different holiday promotions, and getting more sales over time. Because if someone's interested in Skull stuff now, run your promotion next month for whatever holiday, close more sales that way. So that's my advice to you. I would work off this. Once you do that, once you make those changes, if you want to reach out again and leave a comment below one of our videos, that's store review, I would love to check it out to make sure that we're on the same page here. But I do think the site has a lot of opportunity, again, even though it's in a very, I would call it, trendy niche. But if you want to succeed in a niche like that, right, that everyone's trying to do, you do have to stand out. You can't just have, a basic site that looks like someone that just starting created it. So instead of hiring, a web developer for $30K and having them do it all for you, what I recommend for you and for everybody is go to a site that's already making money, like not in the same niche. You're not going to copy another Skull site again, but find something that's proven to work. Look at their website, look at their Facebook page, look at their Twitter, look at their Instagram, and then make your site resemble that one. And again, it's there for a reason, right? It works for a reason. So that is my advice to you. Once you make that round of changes, please do leave a comment on this video, and maybe I'll do a follow-up in a future store review. So with that being said, guys, like I mentioned, I will keep doing these every other Tuesday. So if you want me to review your store, please post a comment below this video with your URL. And as always, if you got value from this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And also click the notification bell. That way you'll get a notification every time you go to YouTube and we have a new video posted. So again, where's the comment? Sergio, hope you got value from this video. Hope you found it helpful. Wishing you and everyone else watching this nothing but success. And I will speak to you guys all soon. Thank you.